Hello! In this video, we will show you how you can fill in the information about incoming invoices on LOVAT platform. An incoming invoice is an invoice issued to you. You can do it by entering the total amount of VAT you have paid in your VAT return. So, let's imagine that we are filing the VAT return for Netherlands for February 2020. You can see that our revenue and VAT sum for output VAT has been already calculated by the platform. So, we have to move to the next section of input VAT. Here, we can see that we can field the information about the purchases in the Netherlands and if we bought our goods from supplier in Netherlands. If we click Yes, we now are able to fill in the information about our incoming invoices. So, what should be included in your incoming invoice? The full name and the address of the supplier in your company, a unique invoice number, an invoice issuing date, the quantity and description of the goods and services supplied, the time of delivery or the period of service, the sum of the invoice, the applicable VAT rate, the valid VAT number of the supplier, and your company. Now, let's take a look at our example of the incoming invoice for the Netherlands. We can see that it has our company VAT number written, and also the VAT number of our supplier. Both VAT numbers are Dutch ones, so we can use this incoming invoice and fill in the information about it. First of all, we need to fill in the date of the invoice. We can see that the paid date of the invoice is 22nd of February 2020. So we take this date and fill it on the platform. Please note that you can fill in the information about invoices even if they were not issued in this month, February in our example. By this, I mean that if, for example, I had an invoice issued in January, I can still use it, meaning that it would be accepted by the company in February VAT returns as the invoices can be accepted even during 3 years after issue date. Then we fill in the VAT number of our supplier. And now we just need to fill in the value of supplies with our VAT and the VAT sum, which can be also taken from the invoice. So, the total amount of the invoice including VAT is €504.99. We fill this information here, and the VAT sum of the invoice is €40.30, which we also fill. We click Add Record and see that the information about our incoming invoice has been added to our VAT return. But what if we want to add another incoming invoice with the VAT you want to deduct, but the full VAT sum of the invoice is more than our VAT due? We can separate the sum of such invoice in 2 or more parts and accept those parts in different periods. For example, here we have already added an invoice for €40.30. And our VAT due for our VAT return is €42.42. This means that now we can only deduct the difference left between €2.12. But we have another invoice for Netherlands and its VAT amount is €3.51. So, first, we do the same actions as we did in the previous invoice, starting with filling the date of the invoice, which is 28th of February. We fill in the supplier VAT number written in the invoice and put the value of supplies of the invoice without the VAT sum, €38.99. Now we have to fill the VAT sum. For this month's VAT return, we take only €1.12 from this invoice and add this information. The rest amount of this incoming invoice, €2.39, can be deducted in any other VAT return. For example, in the next month or the following month. Now we can see that we have both of our incoming invoices filled in our VAT return. But another important thing to know is that you can only use the incoming invoices which were issued on the same VAT number, which you are filing in VAT return. By this, I mean that if we are filling in the VAT return for the Netherlands, we can use only the incoming invoices which have the Dutch VAT number. Now, let's continue to the last and final section of our VAT return and check what we have in that section. We could see that in the beginning, we had our VAT due on sales and other outputs as €42.42. The system rounded it to €42. After we added our incoming invoice for the Netherlands, we can see that this amount of the incoming invoices was €41.42. After they had been added, this sum was deducted from our VAT return, meaning that now we only have to pay €1 as our VAT due. To conclude, here are some examples of incoming invoices with expenses, which are possible for deduction. They are fulfillment center services, customs broker services, purchase of goods, certification of goods, advertising.